Hey, this is Daniel from Carp Sumo. Today I'm going to show you how to make pack bait that is so easy a 3-year-old can make it. And you can make it with just 3 very simple, very cheap ingredients that you grab at the grocery store. You throw it all in a Ziploc bag and you're ready to go catching big carp that fight hard. First thing we're going to put in is panko. This is 1 can. It's an 8-ounce can. It doesn't matter the brand at all. I get the cheapest one possible. Just make sure that it's the plain one, not the one with herbs or other stuff in it. Next, we're going to add 1 can of cream style corn. Brand doesn't matter. Just make sure it's cream style because the corn is crushed up a little bit more and it has more juice in it. And this is a 14.75 ounce can. The next thing we're going to add is about 1/4 of a box of strawberry gelatin. This is a 3-ounce box, so I'm going to add just about 1/4 of that. So first thing, let's put in the panko.
Yeah. Still. Peel.
There you go.
Yo.
There we go. Careful, that's sharp. We're going to add that in. This stuff is super dry and crumbly right now, and it's going to turn into basically soggy bread once we're done. Next, let's add the cream style corn. Can you run the can opener or do you want me to do it?
I want a spoon.
You're going to get it turned like this.
You gotta
Up
start.
and down and pinch. Watch your fingers.
You.
Boom. Do you want me to hold this and you turn?
My hand got tired.
Dump it in there. Let's get a spoon. Let's mix that in just a little bit. You want to mix it?
Sure. Mix. 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 Mix.
All right, now let's add our gelatin. And then I usually just pinch it. You could, you can feel it there or make a little mark with your fingernail. That's what we're shooting for. You want to dump that in?
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good. All right, now we're going to mix that in. You want to mix?
Oh.
Just get it kind of turned around. You don't have to worry all that much about getting it very, very mixed because I'll show you what we do next is how I really mix it. So right now that panko is absorbing the juice from the corn. And it's going to start soaking up and this will turn into basically one giant dough ball. All right, so this is one batch. That's usually what I would use if I was just going out for like an hour or something. If we were just headed to the local pond just for, an afternoon, an hour or two. This is what I would make. You can do the same thing with 1 extra can of panko, 1 extra can of cream corn, and then just use half the box of the gelatin. And that's how much I would make if I was going to go for like a whole day of fishing. All right, once it's mixed, I put it all in a Ziploc bag. You want to help me scoop it in there?
Yep. There's a lot of wine.
Nice job.
Do you think you would taste tasty?
You can taste it. Want to? Come on. Open. All right, once it's in the bag, this is when I really just kind of knead it around. That's why I don't worry too much about mixing it in the bowl. And there it is. It's super simple. You can get that done in just a couple minutes. So I would usually make this the morning that I'm going fishing or even the night before just to make sure that that panko soaks up all of that juice and gets real doughy. Now I'm going to show you how we put this on our spring sinkers and go catfish. This is going to make a mess. Now this is how I take that pack bait and I rig up for carp fishing. So I usually start, my main line coming off my reel is 40-pound, I use direct contact 40-pound braid, and we're going to slip it through a spring sinker first. I got this out of the Carp Sumo complete carp fishing starter kit. So go through my sinker, then I'm going to tie right onto this pre-tied rig right here. Tie onto that. All right, so I'm tied up now. The next thing that I do is put a piece of corn on here. So take a piece of floating corn and the hair tool. I'm also going to need some rig stops. Take one of those off of there. So take your tool, open up that arm. Stick it through your corn. These are pre-punctured. Now you're going to hook on to that loop and close that there. Slide the corn onto your rig. I always go down past the knot to start just to keep everything out of the way. Then take this stopper, put it through the loop, and hold it right in the center. And then push that corn right back up against it. So your corn should sit right below that knot and your bait stopper. I usually push it snug up against the bait stopper just to help keep it from falling off. You'll lose a couple of these. A carp will pop it off as they're nibbling on it. You just put a new stopper on there and a new piece of core and get ready to go. Now let's go back down to the spring sinker. This is where your pack bait is going to be. So the general idea is that your pack bait will be packed around this. And it's going to have corn in it, and as soon as that hits the water, it's going to start dissolving, and bits of it are going to start falling around in this area. And the carp is going to come along and start sucking on all of that. And this is going to be floating up right up above it. So all of that stuff that's in the water, it's just slurping around, vacuuming all that stuff up. And then here's this piece of corn that looks just like the piece of corn that's sitting around on the ground. And so it's going to suck that in. So you don't actually put anything on this hook. It really is just there to hang right below this artificial piece of corn or boilie or whatever else you're using, so that when it sucks that in, then it catches right onto that hook, and that hook gets them right in the lip. So next, let's put some pack bait on here. So this is all nice and soggy now. You can pinch it and it holds shape, real doughy. So grab a hunk of your dough bait. I start with a little bit, and I push it flat to start with. And then lay your spring sinker right in there and pack it into a nice ball. The first thing I do is just make sure that I'm filling up that whole entire cage in there. Get it nice and full. Then I take a little bit more and pack it on the outside. Boom, just like that. So that's that chunk. You're going to cast it out. It's going to plop into the water. It's going to start dissolving. This corn will be floating all up above it. So you can imagine as this starts crumbling, and this is all spreading out all around, all of this is what the bottom will look like, and some of it's starting to float up, and you got this nice little pile of yummy food, and that carp's going to come along, and it's going to hit that, and then you're going to have a whole lot of fun fighting a really powerful carp. So that's how you make a very simple pack bait that catches a lot of fish. If you need any of the gear that we showed you in this video, you can grab it at carpsumo.com.
Now can we go carp fishing?